You can't name one fighter that's making crazy money and getting all the opportunity and has no popularity. Name one. But I bet you can name one fighter that's making crazy money and ain't that good in the boxing ring. He's just not the one you want to watch. But he got one thing right, and it's not like waking up. Just like what we did with Shane. We opened his eyes and he started really honing in more on it. Now he's showing up in, arenas and being on these interviews and he's getting that lane. Now,
Yeah, he's got a big fight coming up too, I think.
yeah, he wants to fight. He's calling out Aris Landalora, but you got to, yeah, if you get the juice is going to get you out of fights. You name me a fighter that's making millions of dollars and getting crazy opportunity and is not popular. Answer that right now. Name one fighter that's making millions of dollars and has no popularity.
Well, I just saw it was one of those little shorts from YouTube last night. It was Claressa Shields talking about Jake Paul and the things she learned from Jake Paul.
He said something that stuck with me long for it. He said something, and I haven't told him this. I'm going to tell him.
Okay, tell him.
That man said the reason he's able to come from YouTube and make all this money is because he had 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you know how all the hard work I put in it, and then you gonna tell me that all I have to do was go to YouTube?
Like, no.
And then all my YouTube fans would follow me to boxing?
No.
And they would fill up these arenas to come see me. It was like he basically gave you a shortcut, but he's making money off of it. And that's something right now that women's boxing is fighting for. It's like equal pay, equal rights, equal money, equal fight time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, bruh, I'm at 90,000 subscribers now.
He told her, he's like, the key to the success was the fact that he was a YouTuber with freaking whatever 10 million subscribers. That's what those subscribers, that following followed him to boxing. It wasn't his skills. And she's like, she looked at her subscribers, her followers on YouTube, and she's like, I need to get my stuff together, because that's where the money comes in, and the other side of the game in boxing. And she was kind of blown away at that piece, because most people are looking at it from a standpoint. They're looking at it from the skills pay the bills and this and that. But now in today's you have to have eyes on, and people have to see you first.
Does it bother you sometimes being a professional boxer when you see people who are social media stars starting to get into boxing?
It doesn't bother me, no, because that's their lane, I'm a 15-time world champion. I can't be mad at Jake Paul for getting his coins, but he do piss us all off with some of the opponents that he picked. Picking a fight against Mike Tyson just really grinded my gears. It really did. Knocking out basketball players grind my gears. It gets on my nerves. But hey, he's doing his big one, so congrats to him.
You have to have the social media presence in order to make this game work at whatever level, whether it be athlete or coach.
So Jake Paul calls Claressa Shields a loser. Claressa Shields is nothing but a winner who actually fought real people in her weight class, in her own age, in her own sport, and then goes over to MMA and tries to win a world title. That's not a loser. That's a winner. Okay. When are you going to start fighting somebody your own fucking age, your own weight, that actually fights in your own fucking sport that you're claiming you're in? Shut the fuck up, you goofball. Dude, for you to call Claressa Shields a loser is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, and the reality is Eddie Hearns cannot see a guy with 10 million followers. And so he got to favor that person over Shakur Stevenson. He can't choose a guy with no formula to get eyes on them. He can't not see that. These individuals have been groomed in such a way that if you build a following of 10 million people, which once you start growing, it's just a matter of time before that happens when you get to your first 100,000 people, which is really, that tells a promoter you're serious. 100,000 followers, that's real. And they know then it's just only the sky's the limit. So the goal is get up to that 100,000. And if you really are in boxing, you can get 100,000 followers within a calendar season, literally. You just have to know the strategy and to do that. And then it's just a matter of showing up at events and keeping people enthralled. But they are buying into you. They're buying into you, and they want to be a part of your journey because they feel like they're only 1 degree of separation between success for themselves. And that's the followers, because everybody's trying to reach success. So if she listened to that and that sparked it, because it came straight from the horse's mouth, how can Floyd not see a guy in De La Hoya, not see a guy who has 1 million people follow him or 100,000 people that follow him? He has the recipe to grow, and it takes that pressure off of them. And then they don't have to spend that money trying to build a guy who they don't even know knows how to connect with an audience.
Yeah.
So it's only understanding how to succeed after you finish your boxing career. You already had a brand and you don't depend on it. And that's what our entire focus is to show everybody literally how to be a boxing star, but not rely on boxing to develop and say who you are, because you got a message outside of the boxing. And ask guys like Andre Ward and Darrell who've done it and now realize when you come out of boxing, if you're not willing to create an identity, you can be in pro football or basketball. It doesn't matter. If you don't create an identity, then once that's over, it's over for you. That's why guys go broke. And now you're somebody like Jake Paul. It's venture after venture after venture after venture, whether he boxes or not. So enjoy the best of both worlds and learn how to do that. And you see that with that young Nyquil. He's like,
Oh yeah, I use him as an example. He's just a teenager. He's got over 100,000 followers, and he's popping. So it's it can be done at all levels. It can be done at all levels. It doesn't matter who you are. You just have to be proactive.
There's some boxers that you look up to.
Definitely Benavidez, Gervonta Davis. Shout out to him holding me here lefty. Teofimo is really good. Inspiration to work.
Follow the right process. It's because there is a method to it. And like you said in the beginning, if you don't have somebody like that coach in New York, if you don't have somebody guiding you through it, you're just spinning your wheels a lot of the times. And you may have this or that, but you don't have a vehicle to get eyes on it. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it happens.
Yeah.
You
It starts happening
stick with
instantly.
it and follow the process.
Yeah, it starts happening instantly. Your growth, when you understand the process, is be valuable to the people who are watching you, because they know immediately if you're valuable or if you're about you. That's why I say you can't be putting out look at me content. Don't make it about you. Make it about the journey, the things that people actually are all going through, in life. How do you overcome it? Because you're hurdling over things. Share that kind of thing with people, and it makes your story more relevant. More journalists will want to take part in interviewing you, and more people will want to take part in you, and it just won't be in one lane. But having boxing is a huge thing. You can't name one fighter that's making crazy money and getting all the opportunities and has no popularity. But I bet you can name one fighter that's making crazy money and ain't that good in the boxing ring. Name one.